Hi, I'm Ted. Welcome to another schooly video, and today we're going to talk about the basics of RV hookups. Now, honestly, this stuff is incredibly basic, but we didn't know. You know, one of those things, we've mostly been boondocking the last couple of years, and even the places we had hookups, we never really had water or sewer hookups, and we just kind of had a 110 electrical hookup, so it's pretty basic stuff. But over the last couple of weeks, we've actually learned some things that might be useful. And again, if you've done any RV camping stuff, you already know this, but just in case you haven't and you want to prepare for setting up your RV, either in the building process or before you go out and start the RV parks, here's the stuff that we've learned over the last couple of weeks. So first, power. When you're hooking up to shore power, you know, I have a 30 amp plug-in with the bus, and there are with the other put in this park too. I'll show you in a second. Is a regular like 110, 20 amp hookup that you would just plug into your house for a normal outlet. There's a 30 amp, which what we have here, and there's also 50 amp hookups. And the 50 amps be used more if you're running a ton of power with maybe heat and air conditioning and washers and dryers and TVs. You need all that power. So you have to get the different adapters in order to plug those in. So just kind of know when you go to RV parks, what they have for those sort of plug-in, what kind of services they have, and make sure you have the right adapters for it. So this is the sort of an adapter we had. We've been using for years, mostly just because the place that we normally stay in the summer has only got a 110 hookup. So we bought this adapter here that just kind of plugs into our shore power plug. Like that, and then tightens up. This is a 110. This is a 30 amp power cord. Plug it in. So we just got this adapter here that changes our 30 amp to this sort of 110 plug-in. Plug it in like that. So here we have the different power options of the plug-ins here. This campground's got a regular 20 amp, 30 amp, and a 50 amp service. So again, we have our 30 amp plug here, so we just plug that into there. And again, a lot of times when you get there, these breakers will be off. So once you plug in, you're going to make sure that your breaker's turned on so you actually get the power. This is our water service. Again, kind of pretty self-explanatory here. One thing that we see that a lot of people do is have the water filter here. You can't really count on the water quality different places around. We found some of it smells bad or it's dirty. So we picked up this water filter, and we decided to put ours closer to the spigot. That way it sort of filters and we get clean water going through the hose. But you can put it either on this side or the other side. They do say, just so they plan on this, you want to run water through there for about 3 minutes to filter all the carbon, or you'll get a sort of big cloud in your water. And here, sort of the water system, you have two different choices here. This kind of goes right into the water system and sort of bypasses the pump and bypasses the tank. So, using the pressure of the campground, essentially just push water and provide your pressure into your sinks and things like that. And this is the way to fill a tank, and so that, again, if you're boondocking or whatever, you can just draw it off the tank. So, if you set up the campground, you have pressurized water, you can just put it into that port there. For our sewer hookups, we got this Rhino hose. We got this orange bar with different size threads. Thread that into your sewer connection. Put that on. Lock that in place. Under the sewage hose, you get these supports, and they just kind of fold up into a little block. We saw them around, and then we didn't realize, actually, when we checked in this RV park we had, they're actually required. It says you absolutely cannot just set your sewage hose on the ground. You need to have one of these. So that'd be useful to know if you were out there running around and want to set this up. You need to make sure you get one of these first. And under here, it's just pretty much the same as the other end. Take your cap off your RV fitting and just lock those into the teeth that way, and then open up and close your valves. And then you're draining water. So there you go, guys. That's the basics, and I know there's probably a lot of you out there going, well, obviously, but it wasn't super obvious to us. Again, having a boondock pretty much our whole bus career. So if you're getting out there and you want to enjoy the RV parks, and I think we probably will do a video between, you know, comparing RV parks versus boondocking. But for any of you that haven't done it yet and are building your bus or are starting to get out there, those are things that you may want to have all set up. So appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, do all those things you do, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.